Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting a bout in the PFL in the women's lightweight division between Claressa Shields versus Abigail Montes. So you got the two-time gold medalist Claressa Shields making her second fight in MMA, her second fight in the PFL. And now I feel like this is kind of a little bit of a step down in competition-wise because our opponent, her record was mediocre. She had a lot of experience, probably like double-digit wins, losses. So she had a good bit of fights, a good bit of losses. 500 record, but experience and was a more decorated, or at least with like a black belt in BJJ. So even though she was mediocre, she did have a black belt in BJJ. She had more experience, and she was lanky. Now Claressa Shields in here at 5'8" versus 5'4" Montes, who actually got a 69-inch reach. So she has a 1-inch reach advantage, but she's giving up 4 inches of height. And that 1-inch reach advantage means nothing when you can't really box to save your life. Another thing, so she gave him 4 inches height. She got 1 inch of reach, but in reality, that's like she got an 8-inch reach disadvantage going with a boxer who's a two-time gold medalist and actually a solid boxer. She's not just a brawl out there. Claressa Shields is a technician, so. And that's like when you look at Claressa Shields, you might say, "Oh, she's a knockout artist." Claressa Shields actually not a knockout artist. When you look at her record and look at how she fights, she might fight aggressively at times, but she's not a known knockout artist. She's not a one-punch power, so she's a technical boxer more than anything. It might look like this, but she's actually more in the technical category. So slick jab, good fundamentals, good footwork, good eyes, good all this stuff. So yeah, that 1-inch reach advantage actually an 8-inch disadvantage when you go in there with a real deal boxer like Claressa Shields. But one thing I got to say about Abigail Montes is, well, I think I say two things about her. Is she's actually looked bigger than she says on paper. Like she's 5'4" on paper, but she looked like she's only about an inch shorter than Claressa Shields. So I guess she's been eating her Wheaties regularly because she was only supposed to be, she's supposed to be 4 inches shorter than her, but only like she was 1 inch shorter. That's how I looked at the weigh-ins. So I don't know, maybe she had some boots on, some high heels, but she only looked 1 inch short. She looked like she was 5'7" versus 5'8" for sure, and she looked much wider. So I don't know. She been eating her Wheaties. She been taking her protein shakes. She been in her I don't know, booty buster workouts, whatever case they be promoting on Instagram because she looked thick out there. She looked thick. I'm not saying the butt region. I'm not looking at her butt, but she looked kind of wide around the midsection a little bit compared to Claressa Shields, who look lean. So, but I mean, say I'm picking. I'm picking Claressa Shields to win this one. I think Abigail Montes, she can have a good potential career ahead of her, and I think she's gonna come in game. She's gonna come in with a known game plan, probably throw volume, pressure Claressa Shields, and go for takedown. So, which should be just about anyone's game plan, especially when you're not as fleshed out. But I feel like Claressa Shields' takedown is gonna be a little bit improved in this game, in this fight. And I feel like even in her last fight, her takedown offense did not look all that bad. It looked pretty decent for your debut fight. But I feel like now with the cobwebs, or at least her feet wet, and now a little bit more experience after that one fight where she had to, like I said, defend a couple takedowns, but then she would do weird stuff where she would actually engage in the grappling, which would end up with her on the back. It wasn't the case of like her takedown defense was just so bad that anyone and everyone could take her down. Like she would defend a takedown, but then she would like kind of sprawl or kind of just hang there, throwing punches instead of like disengaging. So I feel like if she can get over that, and I feel like she will, but anyway, she's probably still a young fighter, still aggressive. And also, if she can keep her mind off beefing with women on Twitter and stuff in the little MMA community, and because they said you shouldn't bet on, fighters should not get paid, or she's saying fighters should get paid for betting and whatnot. But that's besides the point. She get past that stuff and just focus on this fight and come here motivated, and make a little bit of improvements. Even if she does engage in the grappling a little more than she should, I feel like ultimately Claressa Shields, the story of this fight will be Claressa Shields being this address the wrestling for the most part of Montes, maybe give her one takedown, but not stay there as much and be able to get back to her feet, stick behind that jab. Even though she has a 1-inch reach disadvantage, she'll have a 4-inch height advantage, and she has all that experience of boxing. Be able to stick behind that jab, crack Montes at bay and like at distance, tag her up, stay behind her jab and work behind her jab. Pepper, mix the body, drop the hands, come over top. I see her putting her away. I'm gonna say in the third round. I feel like it's gonna be a fight where Clipper's still gonna let the fight drag longer than it should. But again, a fighter only making her second fight, a lifetime boxer, and now making her second fight. I don't feel like she's gonna make all those big mental gap improvements, all that big fight IQ improvements. So I feel like the fight's still gonna be a little sloppy, a little bit raw, because she's still very much a developing developing fighter. She's still very much a developing fighter, and I think no edits, no edits. You get in it just how it is, but. All that being said, let's just act like none of that stuttering or all that tongue-tied happened. She's still very much a developing fighter. So you're going to get a little bit of those plunks in there. She's not a smooth chocolate bar yet, and that's not a ratio in the window or anything. I'm just saying I've been making chocolate for that reason. That's just besides the point, but or trying to make chocolate and failing in the process. But either way, she's not a smooth product just yet as far as the MMA fighter. As far as boxing, still can improve a lot, but she's already world class and legendary. But MMA still very much a work in progress. So I feel like you're gonna get a lot of those chunks still in there. But ultimately, she's gonna be able to find and settle down, stick behind her boxing. You know what is her bread and butter, and eventually be able to materialize that finish in third. Also, Montes is a tough girl. You know, like I said, very fresh in her career. But I feel like eventually the fundamentals what got her here, what got her there, what's gonna get her there. And in that third round, she's gonna be able to put Montes away after the work behind the jab, swelling her eyes up, digging her to the body. Eventually, like I said, be the final shots over the top and put Montes out in the third round. So in this fight, I have Claressa Shields via third round TKO.